what it is, man. This is the Green Room. ED and Mr. Gemini on the mic in a warm-up to a show about nothing.
Stuff right here. So yeah, this is Green Room stuff right here. Oh, hey, how are you guys? Welcome to another episode
You repeated yourself. That will happen.
That will happen.
I'm sorry.
Mr. Galifianakis.
You were saying.
I was saying, welcome to the Green Room. And this is how it happens. The Green Room is the setup. This is where we just plug stuff in. We're doing sound checks. Just plugging stuff in. We're hooking it up.
Plug stiffs. I know what you were Freudian slip. That was a Freudian slip, I'm saying. You haven't even had a beer yet, bro.
Well, maybe that's the problem.
Yeah, you need to loosen up more.
I need to loosen up. I
don't think so.
What?
What?
I don't know.
Oh no, that was this is a part of having live recordings, you know.
I'm hearing something in the background, but
it's probably the neighbors.
Okay.
It's all good because I mean we're now like Okay, what?
So yeah, the Green Room.
I was like, I don't hear anything. What happened?
The Green Room is the setup to
we
about
could hear it outside of the headphones, but he thought he heard it in the headphones. So he's like, "Oh wait, what?" And it just geeked him out because he, you know,
Mr. Gemini.
What? Don't look at me like that.
This is my thing, Mr. Gemini.
It's what I do. Philly D, Jesus, calm yourself.
Clickety clack, a fact check of JD.
Just to introduce ourselves, anyway.
Panties in a bunch already.
Well,
dude, open that beer.
You'll let me wait until 10 minutes go by and like, you dumbass, you didn't even introduce the show.
No. I would never and have never referred to you in that manner. I only speak highly. I only state the truth. Well, I never use a negative term with you.
Nada.
No.
Sometimes he'll wait till the very end of the show to acknowledge the fact that it just hasn't happened yet, too.
Oh, we've had episodes like that where he's just like, "Oh yeah," and I was like, "We didn't even introduce it. Why are we even like? Why would you do that?" Maybe it's the table, bro.
Could be the table. What? For those that can't see, obviously.
Yeah, because it's Green Room. There's no video here.
I just opened a beer with absolutely no mess.
I was referring to the fact that we have a new studio set up, but yeah, that was also.
Well, I'm glad that's not really getting picked up on the mics, is it?
Yeah, it is, but I don't know if that's my car or someone else's car. Or... Hold on a second.
Like, I hear that now.
Nope, not mine.
Make sure it's not your vehicle.
Nope, not my car.
I'm like, wait a minute, that's pretty loud.
I feel like it was definitely the neighbors.
So, well, this is the Green Room.
Hey, man, there's been times we've recorded other things with the neighbors, so you know, I think this was a little bit better.
There are, but I don't think it was ever very obvious to anybody but us. But.
Dude, I'm telling you. Yo, no, if you go back and listen, even with the shittier audio quality, you could still fucking hear it.
Well, like, because you got the headphones on and you're getting the feed from that. So it's coming from outside that. But, like, the sound I was hearing was rhythmic. And I thought it was a clock at first. I'm like, it's a very loud clock.
I don't, wake up. And
it's funny because it was homeboy just getting his rhythm. It's like a metronome.
I mean, dude,
until the cadence started to increase.
There's an
to a crescendo.
There's an episode in How I Met Your Mother where Barney's doing that, and he was talking about, I think it was like having sex with Katy Perry, but she was like playing the cousin, and everybody just called her "Oh Honey" because they couldn't remember her name, because every time she would say something, they'd just be like, "Oh Honey." They just called her Honey, but he was like, "Yeah, when something like like 30 seconds of this. I mean, it's just, oh my God, like crescendos and pauses and I'll tell you, dude, the MPH is dope. I love that cat.
Some skill. That is some skill. I don't know if I like this one that much. Is it supposed to be flat?
What?
Tastes a little flat.
I think you're flat, bro.
I think the round is flat.
I mean, it depends. Today it was not. It was horrible. I had a horrible. I mean, I played today, and I've not been practicing enough, and that's totally my fault. And I get that, but still, it's like, what the f. But if I want better scores, then I got to practice more
It was hot today.
and play more. It was actually really nice weather-wise. I mean, I had a really enjoyable round.
It was clear. It was you
Yeah.
could see everything.
Well, I play with two retired guys because, you know, nobody else plays at Wednesday at like 7:30 in the morning except for like old retired dudes,
Sure.
which is great because the one's like retired cop and the other one, I forget what he did, like machinist or some shit. And then he worked for another, like he was like, I don't know. They haven't worked in whatever. So they golf all the time. And it's just like, hey, bro, you want to be like, and I was like, yeah, dude. So I golf with them now. So I have like two retired old white dudes that just like crack the fucking hilarious jokes. Like today I played from the forward tees with them because they're old and shit and they can do that. And I was like, shits and giggles, why not? Let's see what's up. Play the course from a completely different perspective. You know, technically the score should be like much lower. Every time you go down a set of tees, it should be a decrease of a relative 4 strokes because that's physical distance that you're making up. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So you average those out. So technically going from the tips where I would normally play all the way up to the forward tees with them, now all of a sudden it's like I should be down like 12 strokes or something basically. Did not happen.
It will come.
Well, and that's the my original coach and I were having this debate one time about where I felt my biggest issue with my golf game was before, you know, I really started getting into it and then started practicing, you know, like 2-3 times a week, playing 3 to 5, sometimes even 6 rounds a week. And when the scores really started coming, the thing I found was my biggest issue was my consistency. You know, I could never tell when I was going to be left or right or, you know, so it was more of I have to relax and get out of my head and just really program the shot and just let my body do its job. So when I have that confidence and I'm comfortable and I'm just like, easy peasy, lemon squeezy, and it's like, you know, I start crushing scores, but that typically comes from it just playing quite a bit and I'm not playing enough. So
Practice makes perfect.
it's my only fault. Oh, dude, it'll never be perfect, but it will be better and better. And as I build those skills even further and build years with those skills, and because I've only been playing for like 3 years, so
Yeah.
knowing what my potential is because I've already been there in such a short time, it's like, yeah, I'm addicted, and when I can totally turn this into just my job, where it's like I'm back to doing what I was doing.
I'm currently addicted to Call of Duty Mobile, but that's okay.
That is true.
It's addictive. It's similar enough to the real like Xbox version, but just for online play. So shooting people all over the world. Yay! I'm so not the aggressor, but like it's just a fun game.
See, and that's when I would when I like, because I'm not a violent person, so I don't want to play violent video games. But when I did, my go-to were definitely more of those first-person shooters where it was like Grand Theft Auto or Black Ops, because I wanted to have like a purpose. I needed challenges, and you know, I needed things to keep me interested, not just like running around shooting people trying to steal a flag. It's like I wanted obstacles I had to like think about.
No,
and,
just
like,
shooting people.
You're like, no, I just wanted to murder.
It's just called Deathmatch. That's the only one I play.
But yeah, no.
Yeah, I don't want to get too specific, and then it'll take forever to get into a game. Like I can jump into a game like anywhere within like a second.
See, I don't see. You know me, man. Like I'm down to only playing my golf game as practice for golf because I'm doing course management and being smart and like, you know, picking lies and checking the wind and just keeping yourself into that focus of, you know, I play well, I think well, and just conditioning for it, you know?
Yeah.
Got to do it on all sides, man. You got to think like a champion.
Well, I do, man. I often come in first for my team, even if my team doesn't win.
I feel like
And I've been working on my sniper lately.
I
Get
feel
my
like that
sniper
means
skills up.
you need some either better people on your team or some new people. If you're always first, like,
Well, yeah, I need more of a challenge.
well, not you. I'm just saying your team needs to like step it up a little bit.
Well, that may be so, but my team is just culled from like whoever happens to be online at that moment. Worldwide, you know, whoever plays. I get all kinds of different names on there. Sometimes it's not even in English.
I don't even know what that means.
Right. Warm up to a show about nothing. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, go.
3, 2, 1, contact.
Ask me a question.
I have a question.
Accurate.
I have nipples, Greg. Did you milk me? Is that a good question?
I have a question.
What is it?
Does Barry Manilow know you rated his wardrobe?
Yeah, know whether or not. Have the answer for that question for you next Saturday, man.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm telling you, man.
No, not yet.
Well, we're getting there, but no, I'm telling you, dude. Like we were talking about doing additional content, and I want to do like this Mystery Science Theater 3000 shit.
By the way, if you want to reach out to us on this, right? ity@directionsinmusic.org or Gemini, GEMINI at directionsinmusic.org. Or you could reach, you know, Philly D at PHILLY D at directionsinmusic.org. Please continue.
Yeah, apparently I had to get interrupted for an email commercial break.
Sure.
I appreciate that.
I got to ramp up so that I'm ready for the
When you go digital,
ITY
it'll be on the screen.
You load up. You
party. Got to tank up first.
I'm telling you, this Mystery Science Theater 3000 shit be dope as fuck. Easy to do.
Look, you got to stop dropping the F-bomb so much.
Bullshit. Why? It does not matter. We're not monetizing any of this.
Yeah, well, you know what I'm talking about.
What's that?
Last episodes with
Well, that wasn't like last. That was like 3 weeks ago already.
you just with the
I wasn't the only one.
it was.
And what?
I mean, I know it wasn't. I wouldn't call it excessive, but it was abundant.
I'm allowed to do that.
It's abundant.
I'm allowed to do that. Swear all I like.
You know, uppity on me.
Yeah, I can swear. How dare you, good sir?
You
Yeah.
just have a little bit more couth and reserve it for
Fuck no.
emotional moments within like. Tell me a story.
To me, it's a verb
Tell me a
or an
story.
adverb or some shit.
Somebody tell me a story.
What do you? I mean, I don't understand what's
I wanna
going
hear-
on
I wanna
right
hear
now.
a story.
Jack and Jill went up the hill.
No,
with a
no,
buck and a
that's-
quarter. Jill came down with 250.
Personal story, man.
I once heard about this guy named Jack, and he went with this girl.
All right, man.
I don't do what, bro. Fucking,
I don't know.
What would you like your story to be about?
I know, right? I feel like be like once upon a time in a land far, far, far away.
I don't know. Your
Right.
favorite story. How about that?
My favorite story,
Yeah.
bro. I have so many fucking favorite stories.
Well, what's the first one that comes to mind that's your favorite?
First time I ever saw a lowrider.
First time you ever saw Lowrider.
Fucking A right.
Is that a movie?
No, Like literally first time I ever saw a car that was lowered in front of me, like driving, sitting still, was introduced to lowriders. Like, hey, why is that car so low to the ground? Because it's called a lowrider. Oh, this is a thing?
Good story.
I feel like,
No, that's not the story.
I
That's
feel like there should be some story around that, but I'm still not hearing a story.
I was clarifying your question.
Okay.
So I was giving context for, geez, he's so zero.
So you've roped him in with your subject line. Now he wants the body of text.
It seems like there should be a story there somewhere.
So I'm like 7.5, 8 years old. And this, oh man, I want to say like late 1970s Volkswagen Bug, right? Beetle, whatever you want to call it.
Mm-hmm.
This thing was modified to the gills. So it wasn't
the back half was ripped off and it had the
bro. Not only was
extended bumper in the cage,
no,
dune buggy style.
nope. So here's the deal. This car had, it was like almost a 6-inch stretch. They literally stretched the body to make it longer. This is not a joke. Like because it's a full shell on the bottom and everything. So they just like pieced it together. So they just like, boom. They literally did like a 6-inch stretch.
It's funny because the original design, they took that they shrunk down. No, I'm serious, for the Volkswagen Beetle. So and I don't know if it was a Volvo. I can't remember what it was. But the idea they got for the design of that automobile was a shrunk down version. So they probably made it look more like the original was trying to look like, if that makes any sense.
So you asked for a personal story.
Yeah, go on.
And then you're going to, what do you want from me, bro? It's Green Room. I'm trying to enjoy my beer. I don't get it.
All right.
Dude, I don't think you really are. I think I'm almost certain that you're being snide for some purpose. And I don't understand. Yeah, I said it. Snide.
I don't know if I have a response to that right now.
That's the appropriate response. And actually,
I really don't know.
that is the right answer.
I'm sorry. That didn't sound official, did it? I'm really sorry.
I don't know. So anyways,
Yeah.
I see this late 1970s stretch Beetle that's also like dropped on freaking what looks like Craigers basically, but for 4 lugs, because it was a 4-lug car, but with white walls. And I mean, like when I'm talking like old school Craigers, like the whole color and everything, that gunmetal silver.
Mm-hmm.
And that big fat bubble lip, because those huge rolled fenders. I mean, this thing was clean front to back, right? It also had a 3-inch chop. They chopped the top.
Stretched it.
They stretched it, and so this thing was just like a submarine, right? Full ragtop sliding roof. Even better.
I'm seeing it.
Oh, even better. This thing is basically like creamsicle white on the inside, leather interior, with a very pastel light orange, like other side of the creamsicle. Mm-hmm. So the orange on the outside.
Is that on the piping on the interior as well? Or?
No. It's like the inside is
all cream.
The inside is immaculate white leather cream, and the outside is
white, but like.
Oh cream. No, it's like. Well, I mean, but it's
Oh, it's white.
Basically, but it's not like.
Why's it gotta be white?
I mean, that's just what they do.
And then creamsicle orange. on the outside. Is that where the
Basically.
whole exterior of the car?
Yeah.
Was it like that what do you call it, like that high gloss, like that really candy apple?
Well, so I mean, because it was like pastel, it was almost like it was a matte color with a gloss coat on top. So it really had like, you know, it had this freaking
Like a texture to it.
well, not so much just the tone of it. It was very, and I mean, dude, I'm just like, this thing's just bumping down my block slow as can be, and I'm like, what in good God, Lord? And I'm just like, this, my mind was blown, completely blown. And then from there on out, like all of a sudden, you know, every other house started having a lowrider on the block, which, you know, the one neighbor just literally across the street to the corner had an 86 Corolla or Tercel or something, you know, freaking hatchback piece of shit. But, you know, he would drive it during the day, and then when he'd get home from work, he'd literally like jack it up, pull the springs out, and just let the suspension bottom out. Oh yeah, because it would, you know, it only go so far down, because it would just be riding basically like because it was like I guess a weird frame set or whatever, so that it hit the suspension hit would, you know, so it would only be able to go as, I don't know, it was like safety feature or whatever, I don't know, but so it would only go so low, but it would slam it like 3.5, almost 4 inches in the back, right? Oh, it was ridiculous, and it was just like he would drive around like that and crack me up, man.
Yeah, and it just stays like that. Like you can't.
Oh, but he'd get back home and then like jack it back up and then like throw the springs back in and like go to work.
Just do that on the weekends, or
Pretty much.
Oh, okay.
Just drive around his lowrider. Because, you know, the back be like all slammed out.
It's like, I mean, if you got the money, right? Don't you just go straight up hydraulic, or?
Well, I mean, depending on what you're doing, but yeah, dude, that's big money. Hydro is like mad expensive, especially if you want to do it right with a nice kit.
Or what was yours?
I like to watch them bounce.
Dude, I mean, I built a couple of like bouncers and dancers and stuff.
You had like the airbag thing, right?
My suspension choice was I always like pneumatics. I mean, I'd love hydro cars. Like, don't get me wrong, I would love to own one, but
That's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money.
And maintenance.
No, I mean, it's not. I mean, it's just like any kind of equipment, but you know. So for me, if I were to do it, it'd just
now
be,
you can ride on 3 wheels if you like.
Well, depending. I mean, well, just depending, because that's the thing is like whether you were building a hopper or a dancer, or if you just wanted like something that had like front and back and, you know, like a real simple system. I mean, there's tons of different setups, and each way has like their own, you know, their own build to them, basically.
I feel like with your air ride, that was kind of cool because you could dial it in for the day. It was just convenient. Or like, you know, I'm going out tonight, so
no, I pretty much drove that thing like scraping the ground always. And it's like, you know, like cop pulls up behind you, and all of a sudden you're just like, you know, somewhat high. You're at least legal height at that point.
well, you got a little puff up around the cops, huh?
Sometimes, depending, because like some areas, man, they were just absolute dicks about it. Especially like D-Town back in the day. Dude, come on, man. You know how many times I got pulled over by those guys for that freaking truck?
But you can hear that stuff kick on when you're, right?
What's that?
The motor for the pump.
Oh, well, because I had a couple of them.
Yeah.
Like I had the last setup I had in my truck. Yeah, that was mean. I had like two big ass bomb compressors.
But I mean, you couldn't miss it. It was loud.
Well, yeah, because I had them underneath the bed, like in the back, and so it just like echoed off the ground as it's just like sitting there. Yeah, because no, I had kill switches and stuff, so I'd always park the truck sitting on the ground, like suspension aired out, like nothing in it, and then like kill everything, park it, and set the alarm so that it's like, dude, you ain't still in this truck. I'm sorry.
It's like a brick.
It's not happening.
It's just like a brick sitting there.
Dude, I mean, if you do, it's because you know all the different things and you brought all the right stuff with you. But you know, there's enough little this, that, and whatever. But yeah, so when I would start my truck in the morning, you know, well, no, I'd literally like start it from, you know, get it, literally just start the engine on it, and then at that point, just let all the systems start to warm up and then kick everything on, put all the switches in and hit all the right, spots and stuff. And then just let it air up. So, like 6 o'clock in the morning, you hear these two big ass electric air compressors just like echoing and just like loud, dude. It was so loud. I love those. Yeah, but get just enough.
That'd be fun though, like because
just enough air out of it to like start to get the front end up off. Because then I can start to drive it. It's like as long as I got like half an inch to an inch, I'm good.
In the wintertime, you want to go out in the snow, you just puff it up real tall. Well,
I mean, this thing was really light in the ass end, so I mean, it did not like the snow.
Back there. You put weight back there.
Honestly, I just put different set of tires. Like I put snow tires on, and then just drive with it lowered, so that it'd have more compressed weight. Like it wouldn't be so.
Yeah.
Because when the bags are dropped
it's just
out,
nice having the clearance though. You're in the snow.
I don't give a fuck.
You're just gonna plow it.
Pretty much, dude.
Just coming up and over the windshield.
Dude, I had the gas tank up in the back and stuff, like all relocated. Dude, the underside of my truck was so clean in the sense of like stripped of any safety stuff, and I could just drag frame all day long on that thing. Dude,
stripped of any safety stuff.
When you have anything that like, as I'm throwing sparks could ignite or break or so you have to make sure. If you build a vehicle for dragging, which is basically what I did, I built a truck to lay frame.
Yeah, just like building one for racing. Like you have to beef it up. You have to.
Correct. Well, I had to make sure that certain things were taken care of and get the suspension to load right. And like, I mean, you had to build it for specific heights to do everything so that even when you had
and all kinds of stuff, there's adjustments you have to make.
Well, because what happens is you want to have, when your frame lays out, you want to have just a little bit left in your suspension because you don't want to be bottomed out and bottomed out. That's not good for the equipment. So,
right.
So you got to build for that to make sure that you have so much give, but still get the height you're looking for, and all that comes into play when you're designing your setups. Whether you do like 4 links, 3 links, trailing arms with panhards and all that good stuff.
Lost me.
It's just suspension setups. It's like how many arms you have and what they're. Never mind.
I got 2 arms.
I got nibbles, Greg. Is you milk me?
Getting too serious. What's going on?
Oh no, you had me tell my most favorite story, and the best I came up with was at the moment was the first time I saw low rider, and then we started talking about my last low rider and.
No, that's word, man.
Yeah, you know me, dude. Low life for life, bro.
I just can't talk about golf. Like I don't play it. I don't know it. I'm like, we got to go somewhere else. You got to tell me a story. I gotta, That's what it was.
No, this is my job to entertain you, especially in the green room, bro.
Sometimes it is,
especially in the green room.
What is the green room?
This is the green room.
But what is it?
This.
It's nothing.
It's not. No, this is not.
It's even less than nothing.
This is not the never-ending story.
Well, you gotta beware of the nothing.
You gotta be the ball.
I mean, it's some scary stuff.
No.
Wait, what was the wolf's name?
Fuck, dude, we already did this shit. Were you not paying attention?
No, it's a weird name, and I keep forgetting it.
But apparently, it's not important if you keep forgetting it.
Well, whatever. But the point was, I don't remember.
The point was, I don't remember. Dude, I love how you take to drink from that side and you like switch hands
Avery.
And make it like all difficult and shit instead of just drinking from the other hand. What is it now?
Avery the wolf.
Avery?
No, that's not it.
Wait, the wolf in what?
Never ending story.
Oh, just kidding. That was.
JK.
Sorry.
But what
had happened was.
No, I can't remember the quote now because it's.
What are you talking about? What quote?
There was a quote made by the wolf in that movie, which was like to me, that was like the quintessential, like they were telling you something. Gamork, the wolf, the monster that came before the nothing to kind of tenderize the world and prepare it for the nothing. It was a quote of his that I thought was like, really, if you were to take one part away from that movie, that was it.
And you can't remember that shit either.
No, I can't remember that shit either.
Really important, apparently. I feel like I should task you with this. This is homework for you.
I had written it down, but I don't.
I had written it down. Where had you written it at?
Probably in my journal somewhere.
Which is obviously not with you.
Obviously not.
Obviously not.
I haven't carried my journal in a while.
Is it the one about new strength?
Ooh.
Did you find a quote?
I found a quote.
A quote? Do you know what a quote is?
There's many more on here. But the top one that popped up was Atreyu. Let me give you new strength, Gamork. Oh, well, I guess it's Atreyu talking to Gamork. It's like, if you were about to die anyway, I'd rather die fighting.
Mm-hmm. But that was Atreyu.
Yeah.
That was Atreyu's line, yeah.
Say Atreyu one more time.
Atreyu.
How dare you say it?
That was it.
But bro, dude,
no, the Gamork line.
Think about this.
Okay.
If we did Pulp Fiction and he say what one more time, instead we're just like, say Atreyu one more time. Atreyu, it's you. I said it. We can totally do like our own shit. Like that would be fucking hilarious.
Ever you want.
I'm just saying, bro.
I'm just saying,
bro. I'm just saying, bro.
Telling you. Next.
We should get Jimmy in on this. Like, Jimmy, we got an idea. Because, bro, we could seriously bang that shit out in like a couple hours and we can give him tons of like stuff, just content-wise, that he can take back and edit and make like 5-minute clips, 8-minute clips, like all sorts of shit.
Bro.
I'm telling you, bro.
It's so funny. So,
I'm telling you, bro.
I hear my daughter use that term now.
What? I'm telling you, bro.
No, just bro.
I was like, all right, good. I was like, she didn't get it from me. I swear to God.
I'm like, what is this, bro? Like, she'll be talking to her best friend.
But she's not like, bruh.
And they're both girls. They're both like, bro. I'm like, what's going on?
See, in that case, it should be bra. See, bros are dude, bras are chicks. I'm just saying.
Oh.
It's like Latin and shit.
No, it's not. It's nothing like that.
But I'm just saying, like, and all the, like, there's differentiation by the vowel at the end of the word. So I'm just saying, like, I'm telling you.
Well, it makes a big difference.
That's what I'm saying. Bros are dude, bras are chicks. I'm just saying.
Not brother.
I mean,
sister.
Did we just become friends?
Broseph.
Brosephine Baker.
Bro.
Oh. No.
What's up, bro?
Oh, it's Saturday, bro.
That one gets me every time.
It's Saturday, bro. I'm telling you, like, dude, but like, you can only
They were really getting twisted up. And you thought, like, this had to be some kind of special occasion. And when you went over and asked, that was the answer.
Well, no, like, I mean, because everybody else would like standard drinking, which is still a little on the heavy side, but still.
They brought drinks with them to the bar?
I'm pretty sure they pre-gamed. I'll put it that way. They didn't have anything in other than what they bought. So it was like, but, you know, I'm pretty sure they like attacked it quick and then busted the door and started getting at it where it was just like, you can't tell because it was 20 minutes ago. And they dropped like 3 or 4 Jaeger bombs a piece or some shit. I don't know, right?
Oh.
But the one dude's going at the all the beer Mad Stack style. Yeah, he was going at it hard. He's just like literally, he's just Saturday, bro.
It's Saturday, bro.
Like shrugs his shoulder, just like rolls up, like what? Like what? I don't. This is like the dumbest. Can I get back to my drinking? Thank you. Like, sorry, bro. I didn't mean to interrupt. Yeah, hands down, one of the dopest things I've ever said to me ever in my life. Like out of all the things I've ever seen and done, like seriously, one of the dopest things I've ever. I'm just like that's. Fuck, it's Saturday, bro. I'm telling you, man, because sometimes you fuck it. It's Saturday, bro. Even if it's like Tuesday.
I mean,
It is fucking Saturday, bro.
it's on a Saturday when you can get together with all your bros on one night. Yeah. I mean, that I get. You know, if it doesn't happen, like this doesn't happen every Saturday, does it?
Right.
Like that's the impression that I got from that statement was
I think, but I feel like it was at least once a quarter, if not like every month or two. Know what I mean? Like they did this a few times a year.
special occasion.
And I feel like each one of them just took a turn where it's just like, all right, it's your turn to fucking get wasted. Do it, bro. It's fucking Saturday, bro. It's fucking Saturday, bro. Like they're all frat brothers, and like that was their thing. Is like it was Saturday, so somebody had to get drunk because it's fucking Saturday. It was just the thing that they made up back when they were in college, and I don't fucking know. And here they are in their mid-30s, and they're just
Saturday,
like,
bro.
Saturday, bro.
It's like automatic holiday.
Fucking Saturday, bro.
It's the one night of the week I don't have anything I have to do, and I can stay up late.
I mean, I'm not certain of your situation, nor am I going to assume, you know what I mean? But I feel like
it made it sound like it was a regular occurrence, like monthly or weekly even.
listen, I want to say that there was such a calm confidence, and again, almost like why is this even a question? I don't like. He was so bewildered by
Saturday, bro.
Yeah, where it's like he's just been programmed at this point because it's like 12 years later
Like,
of them just doing this
Yeah,
every.
like, what's the occasion? You know, like thinking if I was going to be partying like that and like needing to get a designated driver and all that, it normally would fall under the a special occasion occurrence. You know,
Bro, the last time you got sloppy, I took you to Applebee's and you ate my vegetables.
that sounds horrible.
Dude, that totally just sounds like, so I tell the swamp donkey to lick me elbows. That is not what that is, though. But still, to them, they're probably like, fuck, they're on a whole nother level of swearing over there.
Cockney motherfucker.
But no, for real, that's a true story.
True story.
Well, because I was on
So
my...
I found
Well, I was on my carnivore diet at the time, and you needed to eat, and so I was like, "Bro, I got to eat. You need to eat." I was like, "I'm gonna take us to Applebee's." I was like, "I'm gonna eat all the meat. You take all my sides." You're just like, "Deal." I was like, "Good, get in the car."
I'm like, you got a baked potato coming? Dude, that's done. And
So
a
you had
side
four
salad?
sides. Yeah, you had four sides, man.
Hooked up.
Yeah, you did. You got loaded.
Dude, that's like a feast for me.
I literally looked at the waiter. I was like, "Here's the deal. I'm going to order 2 dinners. You're going to give me the meat, all of the sides to him." So I'm like, "This is how I want my meats. Refer to him now." And he's just like, wait. I was like, this is happening, bro. Check it. Dude, that was on a Saturday. It's like, it's Saturday, bro. I should have been just like, it's Saturday, bro.
Dude, that's our t-shirt.
I'm telling you.
That's our t-shirt. But we got to get an appropriate photo. Like,
Why's it gotta be a photo?
Just like
There's no photo needed.
somehow
It's not a T-shirt.
Something that would go with the,
No,
the whole
front-
attitude of
The front says it's Saturday, bro. On the back it says, "I'm telling you." Done. Clean. Easy.
no, but like an empty case of light
or
beer.
not even
No.
anything on the back. I think just the "I'm telling you" under the front logo.
I mean,
like the
depending how it
Seriously
pieces
one.
together, you know what I mean? Like,
Maybe in the back, it has you passed out on the couch or something.
no,
And it's like-
dude, there's
and
it's
it's
just
Saturday, bro.
all. No, I think that's too much. All writing. I think it's just all writing because it's a statement, and this is a truth fact.
But that means you have to wear the
'Cause if
shirt
you
on
put a
Saturday.
photo,
No,
it-
because then it's ironic any other day and be like, "Bro, it's Friday." Be like, "Not today, bro. It's Saturday, bro." People are like, "Fuck, it's bro over there, that dude. It's Saturday, bro." I'm telling you, this is
Just
a
gonna
thing.
put this in everybody's mind. Just Yeah.
Oh no, I'm telling you. At one
Yeah,
point,
and if you
Wikipedia's
leave
gonna
it-
have a. It's Saturday, bro. It's just like it's Saturday, bro. It was designed by. I'm telling you. Telling you.
It could work.
Telling you.
I mean, what's the one way to solve your life? I mean, just
It's
act as if
Saturday, bro.
Every day is Saturday.
Well, no, you can't do Saturday every day, bro.
Or just when the mood strikes you.
Well, I mean, sometimes you got to do it because you got to do it just to keep the pipes clean. You know what I mean? Sometimes
You gotta
it's-
have one Sunday.
What? We've all done it, but sometimes it's just, hey, man, this is like I said, it was like maybe it was just like this is what they did as a frat back in the day. So here it is, like 12 years later, and they're just programmed. It's like it's Saturday, bro. Because maybe in college they did it every Saturday, but now that they're like, married and shit, it's like they get to do it like
was this at a strip club?
no.
Where was this?
This was just like a local brewery spot.
Oh, and they were just
Yeah, man.
they were pre-gamed and they came out and they're woo.
But not even like woo. Just the tone. They were enjoying themselves.
Right.
They were living it up. The sports were on, so there's like cocksuckers and shit like that getting thrown around. You know what I mean? It's just yeah, they're not absurd. I mean, it is a bar, but fucking
Right.
awesome.
Expect a certain kind of bar.
Dude, I'm just saying, man. It was Saturday. It's Saturday,
Saturday,
bro.
bro.
Saturday, bro. I'm telling you, dude. Yeah, that's a shirt. Anyway, dude, shoot, I keep. What's up? You said you were gonna. Hey.
Oh, there was supposedly something.
So on the shirts, if you don't, two things. If you don't put the photo on it, then it leaves it open for interpretation. If you put a photo, it narrows your audience.
I agree with you on that.
So that, and then
That's why I said it's not a T-shirt. Like T-shirt, dude, that totally needs to be the print. Like, dude, you get it when you see that. Like, that's
a
the joke.
T-shirt. Yeah.
That's the joke.
It's subtle.
We could do that
Yeah.
fruit cup one
I
with the
just-
photo.
If I,
You remember that one?
If I give you a fight, then I don't get all my fruit.
No, it was
just- you
I
can't-
can't give you my fruit cup with, instead of saying fruit cup, it was going to be a picture of a fruit cup. And then on the back, on the bottom, it says, I'm somebody's bitch.
Oh, it was like fruit in a cup.
Yeah, like the little.
Do you like
fruit
no, but like
cocktail
you
cup.
could. That's what I'm saying. Like you do like a full cup, like a mug or something with fruit in it. But like, what is it? It's my fruit cup. I'm somebody's bitch. I like that. That shit's hilarious.
Like a fruit cup. We were talking about this.
That one is
That's-
like where the photo's appropriate.
That's what
Like
I'm
with
saying.
the little foil,
No, I was just. I was making a joke.
I know what you're saying, but it doesn't work.
I'm not. I'm not.
food,
I'm
Tina.
not. I'm not.
You're making a lot of sounds.
making a lot of sense, but you ain't saying nothing. No, I'm just saying. Like I wasn't
Did you,
like.
tow me back into town.
That's not like my vote or anything. I was just like,
Okay.
hey-o.
Hey.
It was a statement of and a reference to
So a guy walks into a bar.
minute.
And then I also found Gamork's whole conversation.
Dude, time lapse.
that shit was hilarious. Oh, that shit was hilarious.
Minute.
Oh my god, yes. Anyways, Gamor.
This little fella. Minute.
He's tiny. Why'd you call him tiny? Because he's minute. Yeah. Oh, that was good.
That guy was pissing
It's like
himself.
my favorite thing.
Anyways, the quote.
Okay, hold on.
Let me catch my breath.
Okay. So were you talking about when Gamork is telling Atreyu about Fantasia and that whole
Mhm.
message?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So the message is what he said. And I'm just going to cut out Atreyu's parts because it's just questions. So, mother trucker.
What are you?
Okay. Sorry, it just clicked and my screen disappeared and then it just came back. Okay. So Fantasia has no boundaries. It You foolish boy, don't you know anything about Fantasia? It's a world of human fantasy. Every part, every creature of it is a piece of dreams and hopes of mankind. Therefore, it has no boundaries.
Right.
Because people have begun to lose their hopes and forget their dreams, so nothing grows stronger. It is the emptiness that is left. It is like a despair destroying the world, and I have been trying to help it.
Yeah. Like that was, to me, that was the crux of the whole entire movie. Like that short statement that Gamork makes. Like he, you know, when you're searching for knowledge, sometimes it's, you know, the enemy that you have to look to for a little bit of truth. Face your fears.
From.
Right. It's exactly what you're running from. And it's not his fault. He's just capitalizing on it.
I was running.
I mean, why not? I mean, there we go.
I was thinking that she said it. That was dumb shit. I appreciate you.
That's how we roll.
E is how I roll.
Shotgun. Here's how I roll.
Yeah, I know. I saw a shirt that said
Mm.
that, or it was like MDMA is how I roll, or something like that. 'Cause there was like these shirts for a while. I was like, that's how I roll.
Mm-hmm.
Like that was the thing, and I don't know. That's what the shirt was. It was like ecstasy is how I roll. I don't know, something like that.
Like the BCom. Like all the different BCom.
The chive.
Yeah, well, that became like a whole nother.
There's just chive movement.
It's like, you know, fill in appropriate statement here. Like whatever you want to make it. It's everybody uses it now.
Yeah, I don't know. Not I said the fish.
Or like hashtag.
Hashtag.
What's hashtag?
Dude, I remember when I was introduced to hashtag, right? It was like over 10 years ago at this point. I was dating
You're
this,
like, that's a pound.
I was dating this mom, and we're just like chilling out, and her daughter just like busts in the room, and she just starts like ranting off on this shit where she's like, so here's the deal. I'm hanging out with Tom and Laura, hashtag whatever. And then like, they're all like hashtag BFFs. And I'm just like, what the fuck has happened? And she just like hashtag this and then like acronym that and hashtag everything. And I'm just like, I don't. And she's like, just smile and nod. I was like, gotcha. Okay. Literally just penguin that shit and just.
It's like so much
I had
drama.
not a dude. Yeah, no, but, and I'm just like, so what's a hashtag? She's like, yeah, you know that pound sign? I was like, yeah. She's like, that's a hashtag. I was like, no, that's a pound sign. I don't, they're like, no, the kids use it now and it's called a hashtag. And I was like, what is a.
What was it? Jimmy Fallon and Justin Timberlake did a skit with the hashtag.
Yeah.
And every time they did it, they did like the hashtag
Like
this, hashtag this.
how ridiculous
Like
it is. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't.
Because that's what needs to happen. Like if you're anywhere in the comedy arena, that's what you have to make fun of. Because people have to laugh at that. That needs to be laughed at.
I think all life needs to be laughed at.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Sure.
To single things out. Come on, man. You're better than that. What?
Huh?
Yeah, you are.
Keep above it.
You are.
Keep above it all.
You are.
I already am.
You are.
I is.
I am. Sam.
So is you ain't my baby.
Dude, you know what?
I do.
Tell me your favorite story. Yeah, right. Put him on the spot. Like, and he interrupted my shit, so I'm going to wait until it's like very opportune. I'm going to interject some shit. And go.
My favorite story.
First thing that comes to your mind.
I don't know. When I was a kid, I was never into sports, but during recess, I would sit in Indian style and meditate. I don't know why. It's not like I had any formal training in it. I would just do that.
You were ahead of the game.
Where do you think you learned meditation from? How did you know that you were meditating? Like,
I would zone out for 20 minutes and I would feel better when I was done with it.
That sounds like daydreaming to me.
No, not daydreaming. It was literally like emptying my mind and staring at a flower until I could see it from more than one angle.
So again, where did you learn this idea of meditation and then you know that you were doing that? Like how are you cognizant at that age that that's what you knew you were doing? Like when did you figure this out? At that age, or so is this like a recalled memory and you're like, you know what? I was doing this.
I mean, I think mostly out of the fact that like I wasn't really good at making friends. I mean, I was always friendly, but when I was really young, I had difficulty communicating to other. Well, I guess I've always had an issue with communication, but
dude, I think you communicate really well, bro.
It takes a while for me to open up. Even with anything.
Dude, I've seen you just like, hey, I'm gonna go talk to people. So,
I mean, now, yeah, but
yeah, see, I know now, but I'm just saying,
it took me a long time to get there.
This show has helped you a lot.
This show has, but I mean, I've had spouts of maturity as I grew into learning how to. I mean, like for example, one of them would be. So you wanted a story.
Tell me a story.
One of them would be.
All right.
The hell was it going into? Maybe going into 9th grade, the summer before. It was something just struck me, and I was like, you know what? Like I kept hearing in my mind the whole, nice guys finish last and all that stuff, and I was like, I'm just gonna do me, and fuck you if you don't like it, And what I said was, actually, what I told my closest friends at the time was, when I go back to school this year, I'm just going to be an asshole. I'm not going to be nice. I'm not going to do, I'm not going to do things that other people want me to do just because. I'm going to do me. And if I'm an asshole, so be it. And that was one of those steps that I'd made where it kind of, as bad as that might sound, it's like you needed to draw a line between yourself and the rest of the world, that like you can't, like you have to create some line of stability for yourself. Otherwise you'll go crazy, right? Because as a kid, like I was so in my head all the time that like I never thought anybody else experienced life differently than me. So I just assumed everybody should be the same way, but I always thought way too deeply into stuff, and I spun it out in my head, and I thought about it 36 different ways, and that's just the way I was. So to communicate that to other people, to open up a conversation with somebody that I don't know was so foreign to me, because I didn't get into the talking about weather and, icebreakers and stuff like that. I was out in the field thinking deeply on nature and trying to find how it was that I was part of this, and there was so much of that growing up for me. I don't know how everybody else experiences how they can't, your experience as a young child obviously was much different than mine, but
a little bit.
But I always had exposure to the woods, to like trails, to nature, to always live near a park kind of thing. Like I grew up around that. I've also spent time, obviously, as I got older, like hanging out in Philly and doing the city stuff too, just hanging out. But I always had much more of a connection as a kid with just kind of the natural world around me. And that's why at that time, like, I didn't have a lot of friends. So a lot of times I would just go sit and relax and stare at a flower until it just kind of turned to a hazy mush in my eyes.
But again,
And I would just do that, and time would disappear.
my question to you is, where did you learn that from?
I have no idea. And like,
Well,
it's
but
something that does not come easy to me now. I can't do that.
But again, so how did you know, as well as like, how did you know that's what it was? So not only did you know what meditation was, and you know that you were doing it, like how are you?
I mean, I'm sure I picked it up from here and there, but it almost felt at the time like something that was just natural. Like, if I'm going to be out here for recess and I'm going to have the ability to be out, I mean, because we were all like, we'd hang out in the woods and like look for, like, we had a little wooded area for our part of our playground.
All right, so let me ask you this.
And everybody go look for like the acorns and like try to whistle through them. And
I have no idea about that, but let me ask you this.
I still do that on my back porch. No joke.
So then do you think that this is something that was perhaps picked up somehow, and or do you think this is something that was like inherent in your soul or something like that? Like something.
oh, then you're talking about,
Yeah, like that's why I'm asking you, like, where do you think you picked up that you knew that you were meditating, whether it was then or, you know, now in retrospect? Like,
I mean,
what is?
wouldn't it make sense for you, whether it's spiritual, whether you could say it's spiritual or somehow in your genetics, to intrinsically know how to calm yourself? Like, and I think some of that has changed due to the fact that I've had so many head injuries too, is that no, I mean, honestly,
It's funny to hear you say, I'm sorry.
that is a time where you can completely understand. Like, if you've ever been around something that causes you to immediately go into shock, even if you're not physically injured, like if you have a situation that happens around you that causes, like a car accident, that causes you to go into shock, you get a shot of adrenaline, which I don't care what you want to call it. It is basically a time-altering substance.
I have so much time.
Like, we were talking about that before. Like,
No.
how a second of a car accident can seem like an eternity.
Oh yeah.
Like that crazy experience you have. Like, how do you put a finger on that? But the separation between what I am as a physical body and what I am as a spirit, you don't feel that as strongly as when you have a near-death experience or when you have a bad head injury or anything like there's a weird connection now. Not that it's severed, it's just like I feel a little bit looser on it. Like it's a meditative technique actually to be able to realize, it's a mindfulness, basically. It's a form of mindfulness, like to realize every thought process that you go throughout the day, like what it is that you're doing, and explain it to yourself at every moment. Go, oh wow, I'm actually doing this, or oh wow, I'm angry because this guy did this to me, or stuff like that, like where you can,
It's cognitive behavioral therapy practices.
where you can separate yourself from the experience because it doesn't have a hold on you. Like, I think that's something that kind of naturally happens when you have any kind of scary, fearful, life-threatening experience.
PTSD, bro.
But it's more of a calming, though, is what I'm talking about. Like, where, strangely enough, like, I feel like if it's injury to me, or mostly to me or somebody else like really close to me, time will stand still and I will handle my shit the way I need to and make sure that me or whatever other, mostly me, through my experiences that I'm thinking of, but there's a calmness that settles over me. Like when I cut my leg open on my bike sprocket, like there's a calming that just like, I looked at my friend. I said, hand me my book bag. I grabbed my towel out of it and I put it on my leg and I held pressure on it. And I looked at him and I said, now go get help. But I was calm. He's like, you all right, dude? And he didn't want to leave. I was like, I'm fine. Go get help. But I was calm. Like, I don't think my heart raced at all until the first responder came and cleaned it out. And then it was like a bit of pain. But having an experience like that, it was the wildest thing. I think I may have been telling you about this before, but I remember sitting there. It was actually the stupid thing was that he decided, and I'm not going to bring I don't need any names or nicknames or whatever for this other character in this story, but we were hanging out for whatever reason, walking down the train tracks, and we had our bikes with us.
I remember this story.
And at some point we wanted to cut over because obviously it's not safe to walk on the train tracks, especially carrying these big bikes. So
what do you mean?
So our
You mean
genius
you haven't
idea.
seen Stand By Me?
Right?
I was 12 going on 13 the first time I saw a dead human being.
They made it safely, though.
So
Opening lines to Stand By Me. Anyone?
So we had to toss our bikes across a short ravine because the train tracks were actually on like a little gravel mound.
Yeah. No, I know the spot.
Yeah, and
It was a little higher up and had like the
well, he had like a
raised
little
track.
He had like a little BMX, probably like lightweight aluminum frame, weighs about like 3 kilos, and he just chucked this thing across the river. I got my dad's like Trek 500 mountain bike. I go to try to muscle this. I'm like, I got a little spin on my body,
The
just a little
Schwinn
bit.
9000.
I go to throw it. It moves about 2.5 feet, falls down, and I slide down on the gravel right under it. That's how that whole thing happened. And I'm sitting there, and here's the crazy experience. I'm sitting there after I'd sent him off. I was like, get my towel. I'm applying pressure, and I'm just kind of
Applying pressure.
I'm actually totally relaxed.
Your father and I are depending on you.
I need a tourniquet.
I was in a ditch somewhere. My mom was right. So I'm sitting there holding a towel on my leg, right? And I'm looking out.
You're in a ditch somewhere.
Right?
Your mother comes, you're in a ditch. Do you understand this?
For once, Mom, you were actually right.
Wait. Did she say you got yourself in the ditch, you can get yourself out?
No.
No, hanging out with these kind of people. This is what happens. This is why you listen to me. Right? Is that what it is?
So I'm sitting there sitting on the gravel and
Suffering.
staring out into the back of this well manicured lawn. And I had a moment, and I don't remember what it's called, with like basically like Indian Eastern mysticism, but like that experience you have where everything looks like it's coated in gold and everything's shining. And you have like, it's a very epiphany, like oneness feeling where time stands still and you just feel like you're a part of everything, and it kind of glows.
Brahmin?
Is that it?
I think.
It's an experience of just, it's like at awe with everything, the beauty of everything, like, and the geometry of it, and the symmetry of it, and it was just like this beautiful picture I had in my mind. Like, this was just because I was sitting there, probably losing a little blood and burning up too much adrenaline, sitting there holding a towel on my leg. And I just it was like I was tripping. That's the best way I could explain it. It was like, the closest to that experience I've had since then was probably the one time I tried mescaline.
All right. It's called Sadmahi, and it is the state of meditative consciousness. It is the highest state of meditation.
Well then. What do we?
It means like when you've attained the I am.
sounds close to
The
that.
oneness.
Yeah. But there was a name for just the glow that I'm talking about, where it looks like
Sorry.
it looks like you kind of took everything in front of you and turned down the focus just a little bit and coated everything in gold. Like it was just everything was glowing and glistening. Everything had a life force of its own that you could see.
It was like reading the code in the Matrix.
And there's a term for that, and I don't think that's it. Like samadhi is like that feeling of oneness, but it was more something that was hard to explain, more than a visual experience, but it was like my whole body was in awe of the beauty. It was like something about the beauty, and I just had
the white light experience.
No,
where
gold.
It's like little trinkles of light and glimmers of gold, and yet like yellowish.
Even the
very gold and yellowish, mostly gold and yellowish, and like golden hue. Well, it was daytime too, so I was probably zoning out on the refraction of sunlight off the flowers and grass in front of me as I was kind of basically going into shock. Going into shock is fun, man. Tell you what. It doesn't hurt at all.
Not one bit.
My head didn't hurt at all until I woke up.
Yeah, right.
It was too quick for that. Your body reacts. You don't feel pain. My leg, I didn't feel that. I was looking for a scratch that I felt on the back of my leg. It was the weird thing. Like, I didn't feel the cut. I looked down and I saw it, and I was like, "Whoa, that's fun." And then I'm feeling a little woozy. What's his name?
What, Matthew Willard?
Yeah.
In Scream.
Oh, hilarious.
Take it easy, man. He's like falling all over the counter shit after homie poked him in the stomach like twice or some shit.
But I wonder if, like, when stuff like that happens, like when you have those experiences and you find that calm, like, I mean, did my brain make a shot of DMT for me real quick, or like what happened?
I don't know, but
I know
I know what you're talking about, but yeah, there's not enough time to go through it.
way to bring it on like after, like,
I know, but
this actually deals with Ayurvedic medicine and your aura, which I've been studying in my advanced teacher training. So it's kind of interesting right now.
We got to figure out how we're going to bring this in, because I want this should be an ITY topic, because I think it's fascinating.
UNITY studios.
But anyway,
I'm telling you.
Yes.
No, it's the green room.
I love your timing.
And it was great having you guys check in. Like,
are you talking to us?
Yeah, you too. No, it's just great. I'm talking to the listeners, man. Green room.
You're in the green room.
That's what I'm.
Sam, I am.
So anyway,
green room.
If you want to reach out to us at any point, it's ity@directionsinmusic.org or individually at Gemini at directionsinmusic.org, GEMINI@directionsinmusic.org,
bro.
Or Philly D PHILLYD at directionsinmusic.org.
It's Saturday, bro.
Saturday, bro.
Saturday, bro.
Well, enjoy yourselves, and please check out. I'm telling you, which we'll record right after this. And love you all. Thanks for listening. As always,
yeah, be good to yourself. Be good to everyone else.
Much love.
Bears.
Peace.
Peace.